Okay, fine.
They're all pointing up. Okay.
Yeah, are you in it?
We've got the camera just as well.
Trying to slowly phase you out of Pappy.
Welcome to Matthew and Ben's Chuckle Time. I'm doing the introduction. I don't know why, but
I'm the voiceover.
Lean back ever so slightly.
Okay.
If you will move out of London, this is what's going to happen.
Rolling. Nothing like the sweet taste of water.
I had a real craving.
Are you? Is that your vibe? Are you a noisy? Do you like to make a big song and dance out of every meal?
Every water I have.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't go on the quiet carriage, can you? When you've got a water.
I love the quiet carriage. It's my favourite one.
Really?
Yeah, always select quiet carriage on the seat reservation.
Do you?
Yeah.
I can't know. I
Quiet
think the pressure's
carriage.
too high.
Plug socket facing forward.
I accept.
Table oil.
Not table.
No
Not
table.
Table's such a high risk of
Yeah.
having to communicate with other people.
Yeah.
That's
Not
true. Well,
people
not
facing me.
and not
Yeah.
but not in the quiet carriage though. No communication in the quiet carriage.
Yeah, but
You have to
still, you have like other people's shit to deal with. If you're on a table,
Just your
they're
own
more
shit.
likely to have like food and
But if you go table oil and you bring food,
yeah.
and you
This
get
is
on,
Tom just explaining what a horrible person he is to be on a train with.
and
You're the reason.
You're the person
she
I'm
doesn't do
avoiding.
this.
On the
No.
train.
If you bring a
So
full curry,
katsu curry in the station. The trick is to go table oil.
Yeah.
You get on early.
yeah,
And there's another less social way of doing this.
Go on.
The less social way is you book table
you hire
window.
an entire train just for you.
You book table window.
Yes.
I don't feel good about this, but it is effective. You book table window, you get on early and you sit aisle. So what people see,
If aisle is available.
what people see is a reserved seat, an available seat that's taken.
Oh, that is devious.
And they go,
That is
I don't want to sit
naughty.
opposite this guy. Katsu curry.
That's me. I'm the one getting on the train looking at you guys.
So then you end up with your whole table. So that doesn't feel.
I don't approve.
That doesn't
I do not
feel.
approve.
So your strategy is just be as sort of disgusting as
I book
possible.
7 seats, and I sit.
expensive.
I don't sit in any of them. I sit in the 8th seat.
You just
It's
stand.
very expensive.
You stand on the platform with a handkerchief waving as the train leaves, don't you? You just like to,
An entirely empty train that I've booked out just with a katsu curry on it. I put the katsu
One curry on every seat.
I put 7 katsu curries on 7 seats and then I wave them off. It's a weird tradition, really. But I'm fascinated by you not wanting a table.
yeah, me too.
Really?
Yeah, so you've got the little flap down that's like not a tape. You can't put a laptop
Yeah.
on it.
not-
Oh, you can. You can put.
But not at an open angle.
Yeah,
No, it's slightly. It's
concave.
annoyingly flapping
You
a
have
bit
to,
down.
You have to
but-
shift it towards you a
Have
bit.
you seen Concave, by the way? Great film. It's about popes who can't quite get their arms past this angle. Is that what concave means?
yeah, I think so.
Sure,
Okay, that's
sure. Anyway,
you're not
Clarky, as you were
able
saying,
Your laptop.
I don't know.
Laptop's not fully open, right?
No, it's at a slight angle, but it means I don't have to look at or speak to anyone.
or look at your own
Wow.
laptop. You just have to show off.
Just shut the
Look,
laptop.
everyone, I've got a laptop. I can't use it, of course.
The trick is
I
not
wish I
to sit
could,
on the
but-
seat, it's to sit on the floor so you can look up at the laptop.
What if someone sits next to you in your little 2?
What? They can see all my jokes on my laptop.
Yeah. But also they're there. They're right there.
Yeah, that's horrible as well.
But that's what transport is.
It's public transport.
Yeah.
You've got to
Yeah.
share it with the public. But that
Exactly.
said,
But my point is,
you've got to.
Are you
if you're
first
sat-
class?
if you're no,
Okay.
we're not making
I
that
know you've
kind
had
of money yet.
some films out. And
I love the way you just gestured to Matthew.
Yeah. By the way, I've never made a film. I've had no films out. You've had 2 films out. You've been nominated for a BAFTA for your film. I've nothing to do with films. People just assume I've made films.
We're not making that kind of money.
By the way, I'm Matthew, not Christopher Nolan. I do have to.
You do have that a lot, don't you?
Got that a lot. Yeah.
Someone might option this conversation as a film. We never know.
Absolutely. It could be part of the Quiet Place franchise, but it's the Quiet Carriage.
Quiet Carriage.
John Krasinski, if you're watching, we're ready. Come and get us.
The horror of a loud person in the... Do you get snooty in the Quiet Carriage?
Yeah, big time.
If someone's not being quiet?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say anything, I don't think.
That's your brilliant.
Just aggressively miming.
The irony of not being able to tut in a quiet carriage, silently tutting.
What's the acceptable level of... Obviously, we know you make a big loud noise with the drink, but what's the acceptable level? What do you think is okay? Like if someone's got their phone on
No, actually.
just generally. We'll get to noise in a second. But where do you draw the line? Just generally, morally.
I think people that play things out loud on a phone.
Unacceptable, not just on the Quiet Carriage.
Yeah, I was going to say
any carriage.
Agreed.
I agree with that.
Agreed? Or are you doing that with your katsu curries? Each one has a video phone.
I've got to have a soundtrack for my katsu curry.
Tom's doing a Zoom call to his katsu curry from a different carriage.
From the platform.
Oh,
I miss you, baby.
Okay, so that's absolutely fair enough. What about if somebody has the clicks on their on their
annoying.
phone? It's annoying anywhere, right?
Yeah, it's annoying anyway.
But in the Quiet Carriage, you can't have that.
Yeah,
but I don't
I'm
know.
going headphones on. I don't want to speak
Noise
to anyone. Noise cancelling.
But if you're going noise cancelling anyway,
Can't take the risk.
why go on the Quiet Carriage?
Because they don't cancel. They're not like, they don't make you deaf. they just cancel out some of the noise.
I also think this is maybe controversial, but less irritating people are drawn to the Quiet Carriage. Discuss.
The fucking squares are on the Quiet Carriage.
I agree with but I think
You just got really... your eyes went really animated.
I think you're right.
Are we
I think you're
soulmates?
onto something. Yeah, I think they are going to
cry a little bit.
Finally, I've met someone who understands.
They rolled into the back of his head. Get me to the Quiet Carriage.
Matthew got kicked out for all the noises he was making.
all the burblings I was making in the corner.
I've never been so happy in all my life.
He got his finger trapped in a plug. Tablespoon.
No, I think you're right. I think there's going to be people there. And the thing is, even if they are squares, none of their sort of squarey type behaviour is going to impinge on you. Because a lot of it will be loud conversations you know, like or making noises with their phones or watching something or taking a phone call, which is... I know it shouldn't be annoying, but it really is.
Yeah. It's always annoying.
It's always
What
annoying.
if you have to take a phone call?
I don't. I would never answer my phone on the train.
Yeah, but what if someone's trapped under a car?
You don't know
What are
that
you gonna do about that?
before you answer.
Sorry about that. I'm on a
Unless
train.
you've just got that one really unfortunate friend. Oh, he's done it again. I know it.
And then poor old Jeremy Clarkson go, well, you've used your lifeline there. You phoned your friends. They're on a train. Now you've got to just ask the passers-by if they can lift the car up.
Clarkson's driving the car. Get out of the car, you bad sod. You're all right, mate.
What if someone's trapped under a car?
Sorry, that's quite a grim scenario I'm playing out here.
Or I'd answer it and go, I'm on a train. I'll call you back.
I'm dying, mate.
I'm under a car.
Annie, it's me. I love you. I'm dying. Hello.
This is getting very real.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Wait, so you're not saying come and rescue me. You're trying to sort of tie up all
Saying
the
I love you.
Final word.
tie up the loose ends of your life.
Yeah. Not me, the person who's under the car.
Yeah.
No
I'll be
offence.
like, can you WhatsApp me that?
You're not in my favourites. I'm working
What?
down my favourites.
I'm 8 though. Surely I'm quite near the top of the
Yeah,
phone.
I'm not going to get to my phone. I'm not going to get to the full contacts. You know, you've got your favourites list on your iPhone.
yeah.
You're not. I'm afraid you're not in that list
Yet.
Not yet. But if I have got
You
enough
are in
time
his
to
top
stop
5 MySpace favourites.
Thank you.
if I've got time to work through my favourites, then start working through my entire phone book, you would be quite soon.
Can I suggest
But then
a
I'd-
voice note
I'm
and
probably
then just
not
Yeah,
dying.
yeah, voice
WhatsApp it
note,
out
because I
to
can
the
listen to that
groups?
on the
Yeah.
earphones.
What? Annie, I love you and I'm dying. Send to all. piss off a lot of people.
be
It really
delighted.
will. It'll make the funeral really fun, though.
Hey,
Who's this, Annie?
You, I'm dying and I love you.
Hi,
Send
babe.
to all.
Why has he said send to all at the end of it? Doesn't know how a phone works.
He was hallucinating. I've been hit by a car.
Here's a train thing that happened to me.
Okay.
Yes.
Got on the train. That's not it.
Okay, I was going to say, it's a
of
good story if it ends
Full
there.
of katsu curries. I don't know what was happening. Someone had left a jacket on the train, right? But it was the only seat. And I realised as I was sitting in it, and then I sort of retrieved it, ran off to give it to the person. But she had her headphones in.
Noise cancelling.
To turn round, but I needed to get on the train. And at the point she realised I had the jacket, the train doors shut.
No.
But she managed to grab onto it, but I was also holding onto it. So the train doors shut on the jacket.
No.
Yeah, then she's like pulling it out. I'm pulling it in because
Why
I
are
think
you pulling it in?
Yeah, I was going to say.
I really,
You snooze, you
it's a
lose.
really nice jacket. I didn't realise I liked it. No, but I thought the train was going to leave, and I thought better that it's like fully in or out.
That's confusing for her in that moment.
And also, it's better that it's fully out, Annie, because it's her jacket.
Were you shouting better in than out? As you were doing it.
You know what they
Better
say
in
about jackets?
than out.
Better in than out.
Who are you?
Then the train leaves,
Why
right?
have you got one of your arms in the sleeve?
Yeah, she was actually wearing the jacket. I chased after.
God, what a great scene.
Yeah, but then I'm like, fuck, I've got her jacket. So it's half in, half out. The train leaves, and everyone on the train's looking at me like,
What's her expression as it goes?
fuck you, better out than in.
It's a good expression, fuck you. I hear it all the time.
Then I check the pockets, and there's a plane ticket which has her name on it, but
No.
it's expired. She's been on the plane. Don't worry about that. She's been
I
on
was
the
gonna say,
plane.
this is real Richard Curtis stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's about to get on the
Are you
plane.
married?
Yeah, we're married. Yeah. And she's in the kitchen.
Hey,
So
better
then there's
afternoon. My lord.
What's this mime? Can I just say, what's the mime?
That's
You
like
put your
headlock.
arm out, half your face went sort of slack
out
at you'd had a stroke, and then you talked in a sort of
My
you talked like a
romantic.
cartoon
So you're
walrus.
impersonating my voice.
To be fair, he's in the quiet carriage. He's having to keep it down.
Yeah.
So where's she been?
Plane ticket.
She's been to like Malaga or something.
Where hasn't she?
But anyway, what I'm interested in is getting the jacket back to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So I've
need
got her
to do
name.
that.
I need to do that because
Well, you're going to dangle it in front of her, pull it away and get it. That's
better in my house than your house. Then I jingle jangle the jacket, and there's a bunch of keys in the other pocket. So I'm like, fuck, she needs this jacket. So I find her on type.
Yeah.
On your laptop you can't open.
Quietly.
On Instagram, find her, send her a message.
Typewriter.
I take it to London Bridge, to the lost property.
Where's your train going?
London Bridge.
Where? Oh, okay.
I
Where
was
did
in
you go?
South London. I wasn't just like, I'll go to London
Oh,
Bridge.
right. I was
Furthest
imagining
bit.
you leaving Euston for the north.
No, I've actually been in South
I was
London
imagining
on this
that's it.
occasion.
Right.
Yeah, so we're
Okay.
back in London Bridge. Lost property, full of men. No judgment, but it was.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
just
That's the
factual.
patriarchy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
What,
That's
working
where they
there?
meet. No, I think just
The
they've
men were
lost their shit.
Yeah.
All the men have lost their shit. And then
And then a woman walks in, they lose their shit even more.
yeah, well,
It's like prison, isn't it?
Better in than out.
one guy said to me, "There's no point in leaving it here. That she'll never find it." He was like, "You may as well just leave it outside." I was like, "That's not.
That doesn't seem
That's really bad
You might
advice."
as well leave it with me.
Yeah.
What's her name again?
Better out than
And her
better in
keys,
than
yeah.
Then I get a message from her because I find there's like a key ring of where she works. I message them, message her. Anyway, she's got the jacket. She gets it back
From Lost Property?
from Lost Property, like 10:30 that night. I get an
You're a
Instagram
hero.
from her. I'm a hero. Yeah, sorry to tell a story where I'm a hero, but
Yeah, because it started badly for you.
yeah.
With the whole stealing a
Jacket
jacket.
I
be a
bought from
hero.
you.
Let me just don't want to be
Let me
Because
be
you
a
could
hero.
have
I've
taken
got
it
a
to her
little
work,
podcast.
right? That would have been the really heroic thing to do.
Yeah, but I think her work was shut. It was like a Sunday evening.
Okay.
You don't believe me?
No.
I don't even know if that's
No,
right.
that didn't ring
I didn't back
true.
myself enough. Then she messages me saying, "Thanks so much. You've saved my life. And give me your email address, and I want to send you a voucher for a coffee."
coffee. It's not enough, is it?
That's
Well,
me.
also,
How
this
mu-
was like 3 weeks ago.
Nothing.
No.
Fucking nothing.
No!
I'm like, can I chase that?
Are you getting that thing you sometimes get on your emails where they go follow up? You know,
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
on your Gmail it'll say, do you want to follow this one up?
Yeah, I
think
do
you
want to follow
gotta
up.
follow that
Like,
up.
where's
Go,
my coffee,
this
bitch?
is-
Just checking back in. Thoughts on the below?
Is that voucher trapped in a door somewhere?
Yeah. Are you back in Malaga or do you want to get me a coffee, love?
What do you think
Yeah.
is an acceptable amount? If she sent you £3, you'd be like,
Is that a
coffee?
Is
I'm gonna
that a
get this.
coffee?
Yeah.
Half a
It's got to be
coffee?
£4.50, I reckon.
I think a fiver and I can spend like the extra 50p, put it towards a croissant or something.
I'd say I'm buying you a pint for that. Pint feels like one up from.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Can you
£7
get
then,
to-
isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
650.
really?
Yeah, I know you've been out of the smoke for a while, but you're not getting a pint for a fiver anywhere.
Okay, 650. Yeah, I reckon a pint for 650. I mean, anything at this stage. Where is she?
You had nothing.
Well, you know her name. Do we have to?
Do you want a doctor? You know her name and where she
Hello.
works. Straight down the barrel, if you would. Straight down the barrel of the camera.
I have to get my phone. I
We
can't
actually
remember
need a
her name.
grudge here. That's what we need. A sort of long-standing
Shall I,
grudge.
for the Patreons?
For the Patreon only. Yeah,
I can't remember her
I
name.
think it's hard to chase up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you have done her a huge favour.
Yeah.
Because you could have just kept
But,
that
you know, I
coat.
did it for nothing. I didn't want anything. But as soon as she planted the coffee, I'm like, where is it?
Where's this coffee? now?
Where's this coffee?
Yeah.
Unless she said, if you go to the lost property,
It's there. It's
I
waiting
bought you a
for
coffee
you.
and I handed it in.
And they just
Freezing cold.
threw it onto the street. They were like, "There's no point."
Gone cold now.
I went to that lost property once when I lost my guitar.
Oh, really?
yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
lose a guitar?
Well, we were doing a gig.
Yeah.
I left it on the train. Yeah.
Was someone like pulling it in and you were pulling it out?
Bring, brong, bring. Shh, it's the quiet carriage.
A guy,
Can I just ask, have you ever heard a guitar before?
Not trapped in a train door.
Brong, bring.
Bring, brong, bring, like a saw.
again, doesn't sound like a saw either.
To bring, to Brong.
Two prongs don't make a bring, you know that.
Better Brong than Brong. No idea what that means. So did you get it back?
Yeah, I did. And the guy at the station was like, "Well, it's gone." And he was like, "There is." I was like, "Is there a lost property?" He was like, "There's one at London Bridge, but it won't be there."
Why there's so much pessimism around London
Faith
Bridge?
in the lost
Yeah.
property system.
And I went there, and there it was.
Yeah.
I was absolutely thrilled.
And did you go back to find that guy who said it wouldn't be there and go, you owe me a coffee?
I went back to finish the gig. I'm here, guys.
Brong.
Brong, Brong, Brong.
Look what I've brong.
But the point still stands, right? You're on public transport.
Yes.
There's a chance you're going to end up sharing a space with someone.
Yeah.
If you're sharing a more spacious space, that's less intrusive.
Yeah, but the ratio of people to space is higher.
Yeah.
So you've got 4 people
You feel
plus
more-
their katsu curries.
You've got 4 people, but more space.
but then less space
though.
because 4 people will have more stuff than 2.
Like someone facing you is so intrusive.
Yeah.
I'd rather have less space and the back of a seat. So
Would you,
I don't
would you
have
prefer to be
look
doing
up
this
and-
podcast Blair Witching it in the corner? Because I'm going to say,
just facing
we're
the
literally,
wall.
we all suddenly got nervous because we're all looking at you as you're talking. And you go, oh, someone facing you, so intrusive. We all sort of went quiet. Because we were like, are you all right, Clive?
Sorry, mate.
Touch me.
Also aware that I opened the podcast talking about how much I hate people talking to me and looking at me.
And here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Here we are.
Do you not even like the idea of exciting or like an interesting person?
Mate, what are you talking about? You started with like, I booked that seat, but I don't see in it. So no.
That's about space. Because like the people over here,
Yeah.
Mick Jagger's brother.
Yeah.
The other day,
Tom saw
famously.
Mick Jagger's brother on a train. And,
Oh, right.
And here's the thing.
I thought you were pointing at me going, Mick Jagger's brother. I was
Oh, I
like,
forgot to
I've
there's
never
been a
asked-
mistake. There's been a
But
mistake with the
it's
booking.
uncanny.
Wait, this booking.
Sorry, I'm not who you think I am.
Oh my God. You're not Chris Jagger.
Should I let myself
Oh
out?
God. What a shame. Like, he's next, isn't he?
That's right.
Yeah, he's in it
We've got the
for,
wrong
yeah.
epiphany pack here. Sorry. This question about asking if you can get some satisfaction is going to go nowhere. But no.
No wonder you didn't understand the Brong and the Brink.
So, but like, you know, there's interesting people. Trains are quite
Yes.
interesting
Yeah,
to
yeah.
people watch.
But I think we are at the stage where we are because you watched two people have a conversation, one of whom was Mick Jagger's brother, but they didn't chat to you, even though you really would have loved to have been like involved in their chat, wouldn't you?
I could have. If I really wanted to be, I could have been. I think.
Oh yeah. What would your opening gambit be?
So on the train here the other day, for example, I got on and there was a French couple,
Yes.
one of them in my reserved seat.
And you
Ooh.
crucially don't speak French, so you're a shoo-in. Here's something I can't do. I think I'll be great at this.
A French couple who you could tell fancied the idea of being lively.
Yeah.
There's like the, you know, they.
Would you mean like snogging?
No, but so I just waded in and got off with both of them.
They look like they wanted it.
Do you
They
just
say
call
no,
it
no,
kissing
no,
where
but I
you're
didn't know
from?
what that was.
French.
No, but you know, like there's like the slight sense of they leave the door open for we could have more interaction here.
By the way, Tom, if it's a train, they're not leaving the door open. They close and shut automatically.
In France, it's a twapple, isn't it? Under twapple.
Under twapple.
Yeah. So,
You're a fucking twapple, mate.
So you projected onto this couple that they wanted a bit of lively fun.
take the sex. I know I've said they're French, but take the sex thing out.
No,
of
but
it.
you wanted.
But you said they wanted to be a bit lively.
Yeah,
and that wasn't an innuendo.
There's a liveliness to them, yeah.
Right.
And because I think they're probably on their holidays. Well, I found out later they were because
You forced us.
well, no, because one of them was in my.
You sat on one of their laps.
Now, I have graduated to a stage where I don't accept someone sat in my. I went through a good few years of if someone sat in my reserved seat, I'll find another seat.
Yeah. I'm
That
still
ship
at that
has sailed,
stage.
yeah.
I'm still at that stage.
Well,
I
now
can't
I'm on
do
the
it.
trains a lot. You see.
Yeah, there was an old woman sat in my reserved seat the other day, and I spent, when you walk like the length of the carriage the length of the train getting to your carriage, you're like, I've got a fucking seat on this train. And then you see it's like an 80-year-old woman. Like, I can't.
Up you get, love.
seat.
I hate to do this,
Yeah.
but
I hate to do this, but then push it off the train.
Frisbee a laptop down this carriage. Go get that.
she's half in, half off. The doors have closed on her. You're grabbing her by the legs. Husband's pulling her from by the arms.
As I said, I hate to do this.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you make a move?
No, of course not.
Oh, okay. So Tom, talk
Same
us through
question.
how do
Harry,
you do?
This French couple, did you make a move? No, go on. How did you get yourself into the mix, into the swim?
No, I didn't. But I did make the move.
You just slowly lowered yourself down.
Well, they'd done the whole thing of like bags everywhere and kind of like it was like they didn't understand the reservation system.
Sure, because they're on holiday.
French
Yeah,
word.
yeah.
And
You refuse to accept that from French people or Native Americans. You should understand the nature of a reservation.
so they did. Big Chief sitting in my chair.
Yeah,
more like.
exactly, yeah.
So they had like their bags and stuff, and they'd clearly like it was like, oh, this is our table now. And then I came along and said, actually, that's my seat. And then there was a bit of a, that's my
Yeah.
And then there was a bit of like a, like unspoken kind of, this is where their liveliness came from.
Yeah, okay.
And then plonked themselves in another reserved seat that I could see was 2 stations away. So I thought, well,
Here
don't
we
get
go.
comfy here.
Yeah.
And then so they were moved from pillar to post, and their reactions were increasingly like, oh, bloody hell, these English people. It's how it felt.
Yeah.
You've projected so much onto this couple. They're lively,
It started
they
so
want a
well.
bit of it, and now they became increasingly xenophobic. My xenophobia remains steadfast from the second I laid eyes on the froggy cunts. But I could tell they were slowly but surely turning into the demons I know they were.
But then a very lively 80-year-old got on and engaged them in conversation the rest of the journey.
Moved down from Annie's carriage.
Yeah. And they were Annie just moved her out of seat. And then they were chatting all the way then. And so I learned a lot about them through, and that's quite often what I do on these train journeys is I live vicariously through someone who is going to socialise with people.
Yeah, you just sort of slowly lower your boom mic down towards them. Sit there with your little headphones on like Nick Broomfield. I'm learning a lot about you guys.
Just crouched next to their table.
Tom takes a real lives of others approach to a long train journey.
I had a scary exchange with some French people on
here
a
we go.
chairlift when I went
really?
skiing when I was at a posh school, and we went on a ski trip, and me and my friend were in the chairlift. And is that the chairlift, the one where you're sort of shut in?
Yeah,
You were doing that then,
the ski
were you?
lifts. Yeah,
Not the ones where you're like that. The one where it's like a bubble,
like a
bubble
cable
lift.
car.
Okay, like a cable car.
Cable car. Yeah,
Cable car.
Yeah, got you.
And just me, two friends. So we're like 16 or something at
Yeah.
the time, and a French man. And he pulls out a knife,
Ooh la la.
and we're like, ooh la la,
Mon Dieu.
monsieur.
Mon Dieu, monsieur.
And then we're like, this is how we die. This is the end. We're stuck in a cable car with a French man with a knife.
It's very Bond, isn't it? It's very 80s Bond.
Yeah. And then he gets out un baguette. Some jambon, some cheese. He's like, anyone have cheese? And we're like, fuck.
I would
Oh
say
my God,
lead with the
that's-
baguette.
Yeah,
Lead
always.
with the baguette. Always lead with the baguette.
Surely it's got
That isn't what you think it is, Tom.
You take the baguette, you start to leave, the door closes. No, monsieur. Brong, bring, brong, bring, brang. Japan.
Japan, divan, to cable car. We almost ended it all in a cable car. Do you remember when we went and did the Altitude Festival?
Oh, yes.
Posh suicide
We went to
pact.
the Altitude Festival in.
Gig hadn't gone well.
It was, but anyway, basically, you do the gigs, and during the day you get to go skiing. And we were all the people who couldn't ski. So that was Pappy's, it was Rob Beckett, it was Roisin Connaughton. None of these people just would be natural skiers. You know, of course, we couldn't ski. We went up a little bit later, going up to do our ski lesson. We got given a free ski lesson that we got to do
On the nursery slopes.
on the nursery slopes, but we decided to take a selfie in the cable car, and we didn't realise that if you lean on the doors of a cable car, they just open. So we were taking a selfie, leaning backwards, and the door just went, whoop, and it was just a sheer drop into forest below. And luckily, we all. I mean,
Well, Connaughton. That's why we've not seen a gig for such a long time.
she lives up a tree now.
We're just scared to tell people she's still out on the slopes.
Really good skier now.
She was wearing her skis. Luckily, she just slid all the way down.
Very impressive, actually. Very impressive. Yeah, my God.
My God.
Yeah, skiing is
about
like,
that.
it's the ultimate. You're so, you put yourself so close to death by doing it.
Oh, mate.
People fucking buzz off it because of that, I think.
Because we did our lesson, and Tom was desperate to go at the slopes, but it was quite an advanced
Got a
place.
taste, got a
like a
taste
black
for it.
rock.
So it was only like a black run to do, and he was like, "Can we do this?" And the guy was like, "Under no circumstances can you do it." And then Tom was like, "Come on,
Come on,
and he
Challenge
convinced me to
accepted.
go
And
up.
you and
Yellow.
Rob Beckett did it, and I went and I just stayed on the nursery slope all the time listening to a podcast. I put my headphones in, I listened to the Mark Maron podcast, and I just went up the little conveyor belt and then down, and had a lovely time. And crucially, still alive.
Yeah.
Unlike Tom.
Everyone
I was about to say Tom's a
conforming to
ghost.
their stereotypes.
Still alive, but did you feel alive?
I did, because that's my life, is listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
Moving
I
around.
once went down on the instructor's back because I
What?
got to the top and I was like, no, can't do that. It's too scary.
Like tandem skydiving.
yeah,
but you're
literally
just-
on his back with my skis, and he was just.
Whoa, I bet he felt
Imagine
cool.
that was even
It's cool.
scarier.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't
think
cool. It was really uncool, but it was fun.
And you travelled on a train on an old lady's back, didn't you? once?
With my skis on, we
Posh girl's going to travel in skis.
can't be too careful.
Do you ski often now?
No, I haven't skied for ages.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm not that posh.
Yeah, okay. I do feel like it's like we only did it once, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I do feel like you're given the bug, and then it's like, well, I'm afraid you're
I'm
not
afraid the
rich.
gigs didn't go well enough. We're not getting a rebooking to Altitude Festival.
Yeah, you can't do it cheaply anywhere. Is how it feels.
Well, there's the dry ski slopes. There's like one on the way to like towards Faversham.
Yeah,
They
there's
were
one-
way
The
too
motorway.
scary for me.
But you're
those.
right by the motorway, and if you always think if you sort of fly off, It's what because like if you fly off and land
onto the hard shoulder.
exactly, yeah. If you land in a snowdrift, if you land in a snowdrift, fine. If you land on top of an articulated lorry,
just keep on going. Well, Rasheen Connerty famously still going. Whoa, loop the loop, landed on an Arctic. She was off.
Someone should film that, stick it on goals.
The M25.
Rasheen Connerty on skis on the back of an articulated lorry. Each week she's just joined by a different guest. Richard Iowadi, Sue Perkins. It writes itself, guys.
Knowing ski, knowing you with Rasheen Connerty. I'd watch it.
I'd watch it.
Have you scuba dove?
I've scuba
Are you
dived.
still speaking French?
It feels like a natural question to ask.
Un scuba dover.
Je suis un scuba diver.
The White Cliffs of Scuba Dover. Have you
Yeah, I
scuba
think
dove?
I have once.
You think you have?
Yeah.
Like deep sea?
Not deep sea, just like
Deep sea.
I mean,
think you can
quite
deep sea,
deep.
can you?
You can deep
You
sea.
can deep sea scuba dove, of course you can. Because people are always going down to like wrecks of,
Oh, no,
like
I've not
wrecks
done
of a
that.
ship.
I don't wanna do
It'd
that.
be weird if you said I did it once, and I actually explored the Titanic.
Just the Mariana Trench, and then I was kind of done, really.
Yeah, I felt like I'd sort of done it after that.
Clocked it. Found this necklace.
Have you scuba dived?
No, no, I've done like fanning around on the surface.
Yeah.
No, that's
But
not
like-
diving then. It's crucially.
That's the opposite.
Sorry, I've swam.
You've snorkeled.
I've been in
a pool.
Yeah, I've been in a pedalo. Does that count as scuba diving?
I got a rubber brick. Is that?
Like, did you have an air tank on basically when you went?
I think so,
Question.
yeah.
That's scuba.
That's scuba, isn't it?
That's what scuba stands for.
No,
isn't it?
scuba.
Yeah,
doesn't
self-contained
scuba have a
underwater breathing
snorkel?
apparatus.
Oh, that's snorkeling.
Scuba's an acronym, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of like.
Self-contained underwater breathing
There you
apparatus.
go.
Ooh, la-di-da. Never taught us that in our school, did they?
You're
all
not
we
joking.
learned,
They didn't
weirdly.
teach it you in your school. Why would they teach you scuba in a school in Wolverhampton? I mean, what a wasted lesson that would be.
Say that again. Self-contained.
Underwater breathing apparatus.
Great. That's great.
You can have that.
That's going to come up on 1%, isn't it, or something?
I've not seen the show. What's the...
We're not the 1%, Tom. We keep trying to tell you.
Okay, so so what kind of depth did you get the same thrill? But then I guess what I'm going to ask is, did you get the same thrill scuba diving as you did skiing? But if you're on an instructor's back, then that's slightly
I
different.
think-
Yeah. Were you scuba diving on someone's back?
Yeah, isn't that how you're supposed to do
Yeah.
it?
Were you in the tank?
I was riding a shark. Is that not scuba
Did that
diving?
same skiing instructor then take you scuba diving? And you was like little lucky mascot.
You never got off. You didn't even know.
You just travel the world with this adventurer. You
said-
said, "Oh, this is Annie."
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, this is quite a steep ramp here, but don't worry, there's a lake on the other side. And if we crash with the right force,
Just straight down.
this will kick off. Yeah. Have you ever done skydiving? Would you ever do skydiving?
I haven't. Would I do it? Is skydiving the one where you're just like,
You can work it out.
It's actually an acronym.
but is there a parachute?
Yeah. There's always a parachute.
No, but if
Well, not
bungee jumping
the
is-
instructor took her by mistake.
Oh no, Annie, it's you!
The instructor pulls a cord and Annie just flies off.
I finally got rid of her.
Spins off into the. Oh yeah, sorry, that's on me really. Anyway, I pulled the wrong cord. Weird, they've got a cord to detach the person you attached to.
Yeah, I probably would do that
I
with
would.
enough peer pressure.
I would. I'd love to. The thing I'd find really hard is the jumping. Right.
Yeah.
I think if I was there,
that's the whole
the thing.
Yeah.
The thing, I did parasailing, which I know is not the same thing, but I loved it. And the
I
second
hear
one,
that where you sail through Paris.
That's super dangerous.
it's incredibly dangerous. I didn't.
So is that.
Yeah, basically, it was a speedboat, and you're stood on the beach, and then suddenly you're in the air.
Oh yeah, I nearly did that.
Yeah.
But you can like run up a hill and then the wind just takes you.
Yeah, exactly. You can do that, but it seems like and the air bit was great.
Yeah.
The bit that's really scary is obviously
Landing.
Even the landing was great as well. It's the bit where they're like do you want to do this? And like, yeah, you've got to reinforce
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
Whereas I don't feel like, because you're from the ground up into the air, I don't think I'd be able to do that thing of just fall out of a plane.
Yeah, I agree, actually. I nearly did the para one in South Africa.
The Paralympics.
Disqualified.
Disqualified being able-bodied. Yeah, sure.
Typical. No, but it was too windy, and a group of 4 of us had agreed to do it. Yeah. And I was thinking, I don't think I want to do this, but I'd agreed to it, so I was like, I probably will do it. And then luckily it was too windy, and I was like, oh, it's such a shame. Guys.
Because I had that, like the jumping thing is the problem, because I bungee jump. What is happening? I bungee jumped.
You bungee jumped.
I bungee jumped. So I bungee jumped in South Africa, and I was only about 18. We're talking right around the time of GoldenEye. Right?
No, what was it?
Yeah.
So someone had GoldenEye on a laptop. They were holding it low on the ground. You're like, oh, I do want to see that. So down I go.
So GoldenEye starts with a great big bungee jump, doesn't it? And it was all very, cool Britannia we're talking about. So I had my England shirt on, and
your face painted with the St George cross. Yeah.
So you can buy a video of your
Pistol
bungee
in
jump.
hand.
So I've got the video of it somewhere, and I rewatched it a few years ago, and I've got my English shirt on. I come out and I said, there's like a line in GoldenEye which is like for England, James. It's something like that, and he's like, it's for England or something. So I came out and I go like for England, and then I bend my knees to jump because I'm so scared I don't jump, so I just go for England. So I just flop off for England, then I crouch. Gotta go.
Wait, I haven't done Scotland, Wales, and Ireland as well. Let me, and for the home counties, I'm going to mention them one by one.
Like I really pictured myself launching out Brosnan-esque, and instead I just crouch into a squat position, just feet aloft. So it's like a bungee fall, and it's really pathetic. And because I
very
prefaced
fitting
it with
though.
like
To shout for England.
For England. So yeah, I
Do you
haven't
remember
quite got
what you were like thinking about as you were dropping to the ground?
It's just like fuck. And
Were you
then-
like, I'm going to die, this is it?
The great sensation I'd probably like to skydive is it feels like you fall 3 times, because like you fall the amount of the length you've fallen before, and then you go, I'm still falling, and then you're like, I'm still falling, and there was like three kind of
Tom,
I thought you'd have some like existential.
Oh my God.
I'm falling.
My profound realization was that I was still falling.
You fall in love with England, first of all.
But like to go, what I mean is to go like, I don't think I'd ever fallen enough to go, oh, I'm actually aware that I'm still falling now, actually.
Right.
And this is, it's like, you have time to kind of go, whoa, still
you
falling.
gain sentience.
And then what about the thing the reason I don't want to do it is the boing bit, dung, does it not dry?
No, that bit's really gentle, but then after that, it's like, it's a bit chaos because you don't really know where you are or which way.
And then you're like, I'm not falling.
Which way's up? And then it's quite humiliating then, because you're just dangling upside down.
More humiliating than the start.
Yeah, well, it starts bad and then gets, because then you're just trussed upside down
in an England
hanging
shirt,
around going like, can you get me down, please? And it's like, they don't have to. You know, they do have to. They do.
They've gone off for lunch.
Okay, yeah, sorry, they do. But like you're completely...
The guy shouted for England. They did a weird squat. We'll leave him dangling for a couple of hours.
That squatty patriot over there, let's just leave him. It's like, you're completely...
You can see them playing paintball over it, then moved on to the next activity for the day.
Yeah, whereas like the parachute jump, you land and at least you can get up and run around and click your parachute off. Do you know what I mean? Or like the base jumpers kind of getting a fucking taxi.
But with the parachute, you're attached to a person, aren't you?
Not if you do it
I would
yourself. Yeah, Annie would be. Your old friend.
Well, you're attached.
Is he waiting for you outside? Is that how you got here? This guy is your mate.
He's underneath me.
All right, mate. Mick Jagger's brother. Oh, okay, that makes sense now.
Did you have the immediate adrenaline that you were like, I want to do that again straight away?
Yeah, I mean, then you're like, fucking here we go kind of thing. It's just,
I'm gonna do some other countries now. For Guatemala.
But now that I'm older, I think like the thing about sky jumping is
Oh, I love the way you talk about it like you're an expert. Listen, guys.
Well, I just think
a second ago you called it skydiving.
I think it's sky jumping.
If I'd skydove, I'd be calling it skydiving with
Sure,
no
of
band.
course. Think about sky jumping.
Yeah, exactly. So
Bungee jamming.
Yeah, exactly. You got to get your tenses right, guys. So the thing about parachute jumping is, if it goes badly, that feeling you would have just before you hit the ground would be like, you absolute diller. You jumped out of a plane.
Of course.
And it's like, of course. And it like,
We're not designed to do
yes.
this.
Yeah.
And I'd be so annoyed. I don't want to die annoyed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it'd be like, yeah, you fucking idiot. Bang, gone.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't want that. So I don't know if it's worth.
How would you
that.
rather go?
That's a great question.
Under a car, of course.
Under a
Calling all
car
the Annies in
with
the
enough
phone book.
time to call everyone on my phone
Under
book.
a car, I love
Can
you.
you imagine the voice note? Oh, I'm just absolutely, I'm so annoyed at myself.
Yeah. I saw a bloke holding up a car. I said, can I look under that for a second? I'm a fucking idiot.
I can't believe I've jumped to my own death. I've jumped to my own dead, is it?
I've jumped to my own dead. You're absolutely right there, Ben. Well done. Do you know how you'd like to die, Annie?
Thanks for asking. I want it to just happen, and I don't want to be aware of it. I
Oh,
think.
like the billionaires
Just
in the
like-
submarine.
You know what? That's exactly where I went as well. That's
Billionaires-
exactly-
do you not think they?
Titanic?
No, because apparently they went from the pressure being fine and then the
Yeah.
pressure being not fine, so it would have just
In less than a second.
in less than a second. They would
Oh, they
never-
get bloody everything billionaires, don't they?
Yeah, that is annoying. Actually,
contented death.
not that I wished a painful death upon them.
No.
Yeah, I want to die a billionaire. That's a good idea.
So you're so rich you die.
That's basically how they died, isn't it?
You didn't have to carry it all, Annie.
She died, Scrooge McDucking it, diving into a big pool of gold coins.
Doving, surely. Come on.
Doving. She coin dove. She coin dove to death.
Oh, you got a coin dove. I Bitcoin dove, but it was all code. Broke my neck. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I want to not know I'm dying. I want to know just enough.
To get the phone calls in.
Yeah, I go through my contacts. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What are you two doing?
Hello, is that Paul Boiler? You fit me a new boiler apparently 20 years ago. Anyway, I'm under a car. I'm working my way through all my phone book.
Hi, is that Taxi Aberystwyth?
Hello, this is you Tamsin Glastonbury. I think you got speaking to my wife one night in Glastonbury and shared some MDMA. Anyway, I'm under a car. Hope you're well.
John Well getting to the T's.
Oh, that's a bad phone call to get on a come down, isn't it?
It's just working. You imagine if that was the stipulation. You have to speak to every person in your phone book before you go.
Oh, we weren't on MDMA. Oh, your name's just Mandy. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Sorry. Oh, you're not the guy who did my MOT. Your name's just Paul Mott. Okay, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot as I'm dying. Anyway, bye. Oh. But yeah, stay safe, isn't it?
Stay safe out there.
Yeah, it's the moral of the entire podcast is just look after yourselves.
And I
guys.
guess the quiet
great.
carriage is the safest carriage
Yeah.
on the train.
Sorry, what is this podcast again?
Yeah,
That's a great question,
We haven't worked
actually.
that out yet.
but all we'd like to say is thanks for coming on.
Thanks so much for having me.